I just cracked. Okay, sorry about that. This is a great way to start off my speech to teach you guys about the five canon of rhetorics. It is invention, arrangement, style, memory, and delivery. So, if you are just like me, you're probably wondering, what is this complicated nonsense? The five canons of rhetoric? What? I was honestly a little bit scared it was going to be something that adds on to workload, but let me take away all that stress right now because that is not the case. It is actually something that could help lighten your workload because it is steps and routine to help guide you when preparing for a speech, especially one that is without a script. So, if you are someone who thinks of public speaking as being thrown out in the middle of the ocean, do not worry. It is instead like if you're taking a hike and you have a compass and a map, you are going to get to your destination. Don't worry. Take in the view as you're going. Like add some stories, add some of your humor. The public will get it. They will laugh. They're watching you speak. They will laugh. Okay, so the very first one, as we said, was invention. This is basically when you're starting off to get all your information. Think of it as like an outline, a draft to your essay. You're just trying to focus on what you want to teach. What do you want them to take away from your overall speech? And this will help you move on to the arrangement. What do you want to say first? You might want to start off with the more simpler ideas before moving on to more complex things. You can also start thinking of examples, facts, data that you want to add into it as well that might help your audience. This will then take you to style. How do you want to say it? Do you want to, like I said earlier, I mentioned humor. You could add that. Of course, you're going to add that. This also comes across with your words in a sense because you're speaking to multiple people at once. They don't share the same brain as you, and they're not all within the same level as each other either. So what one person might get, the other might not. So you want to keep your language as conversational as possible. Don't add too much of a complex word as much as you're trying to show off your data and teach others. You still have to remember you're doing it to multiple people at once. So go at a pace everyone can understand. Next, you move on to memory. Memory, this one might be something that multiple people struggle with or that a lot of people find hard, but not to worry. As public speech, you do not really need a script in general. It's mostly conversational, but you can memorize keywords that will help you move on. That is something I honestly use. I memorize little topics they're like bullet points in my head. I swear, that's just how I remember it. I make sure I remember things I want to say, and as I say those things, I just talk about it. I run with it. If I tend to hear one word, maybe like a transition word, it reminds me that, oh, I also want to talk about this other thing. Let me slowly make my way to it. So that is really good for memory. Another good thing is talking in front of a mirror. I talk in front of a camera and I stare at myself to see how I'm delivering the information. I want to make sure I look friendly. Sometimes my face looks a little bit serious, so just make sure you're keeping it friendly for everyone. Moving on, we have the last one, which is, what was it? Delivery. Come on, delivery. I'm doing it right now. This is how you want to speak it. How you want to speak to the public. How you want your whole message to come across. This is with body language. I've been moving my hands a lot. I've been doing gestures. I feel like it helps me explain. Another thing is setting my room. My room is very cozy, so I hope you guys are cozily taking in all this information. It's also your voice, the tone of your voice, the speed of your voice. You want to make sure it is all that people can digest easily. And those are the five canon of rhetorics. We did it. It's the end already. I already explained it. And honestly, this is not something hard that you need to memorize or anything. It's just a tool that will help you get your speech done faster and guide you like step by step. Just 5 simple steps and you'll be done with that speech in no time. Thank you for listening.